All right, guys, welcome back to episode number 8 of our Johnny Manziel Player Mode Connected Franchise Madden 25 series. I am Tuxedo T-Shirt, and I welcome you today. 3-0 Browns set to take on the 1-2 Cincinnati Bengals, cross-state rival at home. Before that, we don't have any injuries to report. We do, however, as has become a weekly thing here at the Cleveland Browns camp, we do have some minor transactions to report. This team just not content with their lineup, just shaking it up constantly. The team pulled off another couple of trades. This is like the 7th and 8th trades that the team has pulled off. We traded backup strong safety Josh Aubrey to the Panthers for a 4th and 7th, while we traded backup defensive tackle Ishmael Kitchen to the Texans for a 4th and a 7th round pick. So a couple backups gone. I imagine we're going to just pick up a couple guys out of free agency to replace those two, Aubrey and Kitchen, as has been the case with a lot of the decisions the Browns have made as far as personnel is concerned. It's kind of been our trademark move. Trade away backups for low round picks and then sign free agents to fill in those backup spots. As you can see, Johnny Manziel sitting at 12,000 experience points. We said that we would address those points at the quarterway points of the season. So following this game, we will have hit the 1 quarter mark of the NFL season. And that means that next episode number 9 on Thursday, we will upgrade him, and we will do that following each group of 4 games. Currently, Browns 3-0. Would love to finish that first quarter of the season with a perfect record. Let's get underway right here. Practice, 3rd and 10. Johnny Football just going to stand in. Also, many of you guys have been asking about the read option. Of course, I'm a big read option fan. Tough sometimes to have the right personnel to run it, but if you can run it, it's great. Currently, the Cleveland Browns playbook here does not have any option to actually run the read option play. Some people have suggested using other playbooks, for example, the 49ers, Seahawks. Some people have even mentioned going as far as using that's knocked down. Jordan Cameron's safety brings it up. That's 4th and 10 following the Hawkins drop. That one broken up. Browns looking to punt here. But as I was saying, some people even saying use the Panthers playbook, a very creative playbook, lots of interesting run plays, specifically designed for the quarterback to take off. At this point, I do not see a way in which we can actually change the playbook we're using. We are, of course, just a player, not a coach, not a manager. And so at this point, it doesn't look like we're going to have the chance to use the read option. Though if the opportunity arises, I will be sure to let you guys know. And even with the option not necessarily being there for us, the read option that is, still I think that we're going to be able to do a nice job, nice job of getting Manziel out of the pocket and running just with our decisions and the way in which we can take off from the pocket. So I'm not overly concerned about that. Still think there will be plenty of opportunity for us to show off what Johnny Manziel can do with his legs. Here on 2nd and inches, we're going to call this a free play. We'll get Josh Gordon running the fly. We'll see if he can potentially leave his blocker in the dust. We'll get Cameron standing in on the pass block if we can. There we go. Just some extra protection. We will pump fake to Gordon. The corner does let him go, but the safety picks him up very nicely, and we'll just throw this one away. We had the potential last-second option of hitting Burleson, the square option. Pardon me, that would be not Burleson. That would be Santonio Holmes, the square option. However, throwing across his body, not sure if that would have worked very well with the Manziel accuracy. So we'll just hand it off here to Ben Tate. He will get the first down, it looks like. Yes, he does. And that is all we need. Clock running, but plenty of time left. We get a fresh set of downs. Always, as a rule, I like to take a chance whenever you get the opportunity to play on 2nd and inches. When you have the freedom of knowing that you have, a fresh set of downs almost automatically waiting for you, it's good to take that 2nd down play. and just throw it up. And if you're not sure if it's going to be complete, if you're risking throwing a pick, whatever else, then that's when you get conservative. Say, you know what, I'll just throw this ball away, live to see another day. Here we go over the top, and oh, that's a brutal throw. Every once in a while, Johnny Manziel just throws a stinker like that. We're going to have to address that when it comes time to upgrade his points. There, he had Josh Gordon wide open on that little double move to the post route, and just missed him. Actually, we're lucky that the safety didn't charge that ball and pick it off. Just an icky throw. And, oh, there he leads Andrew Hawkins way too far up the field. Another missed throw. That one defended. If we had just stuck to the baseline, which I swear I did, I suppose it's possible I let the control stick just creep up on me a little bit, but I thought that was supposed to be a baseline throw, one that did not lead him upfield. And oh, what a great play there on special teams there for number 32. Browns are going to need a stop here, and they do not get it. That is the end of practice. Our 5-practice win streak is over. That one not aided at all by a few just gnarly Johnny Manziel throws. Admittedly, a couple of decisions could have been better on my part, but particularly that missed throw to Josh Gordon, really a pain in the butt. Also, last episode, I had a couple people comment on the reverb in the video. I apologize for that. I always double check everything, video, audio, before I upload anything. However, the reverb was only really impacting when I was speaking loudly. And so when I was just speaking at my normal volume, which I guess is where I must have checked the audio, the reverb wasn't really impacting the sound a whole lot. I have gotten rid of it. It was not purposeful for me to put that on, just a default setting that I didn't catch at the last second with my audio software. And so we have one weirdly dramatic sounding video in this series now, episode 7, aka the reverb episode. And so we can just laugh about that. Hopefully it wasn't too distracting when you guys were trying to sit back and enjoy that episode yesterday. But onward and upward, no more reverb to worry about. We got episode 8, and we have the Cincinnati Bengals on the docket of the Cleveland Browns, and it is very exciting to take on this game. The Bengals, obviously the Browns' biggest divisional rival. They are cross-state rivals in, of course, the football crazy state of Ohio. As far as I'm concerned, I admit I've never been to Ohio, but from what I've heard, Ohio is really almost a place where football is a religion. Not even as much a sport anymore that people love, actually just a religion that people practice, because it is that important to the culture and the people there. And so it is obviously then a huge event when two Ohio-based teams go head-to-head, and that is what we're doing today. Browns defense does what it's been doing all year, gets the 2-and-out. We'll quickly just flippity-flop all of these guys around as we always do prior to the games in the wide receiver spot. And then we'll go check out this Bengals team. A lot of these guys are players that we know. Jason Campbell, former Buffalo Bill from that series, also former real-life Cleveland Brown, moving across state to join the Bengals as their backup. A.J. McCarron, rookie quarterback out of Alabama there as well. 5th-round pick in this past year's draft. Andy Dalton, the starter. Obviously, Andy Dalton's come under some heat for how he's performed in the playoffs. Though in the regular season, he's been a very consistent starter. Halfback Giovanni Bernard, Ben Jarvis, and Green Ellis. And the rookie Jeremy Hill, one of the top halfback prospects from this year's draft. It'll be interesting in real life to see how many of these guys can actually cut the team. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis might be in a tough way to find his way on the team. Orson Charles, the fullback. Wide receiver, this team is very deep. A.J. Green, Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu, and Colby Hamilton. Actually not as deep as I thought, but a lot of talent. A.J. Green, one of the best in the business, 6'4", 207. Crazy combination of size and speed. Tyler Eifert, very underrated tight end. Tim Wright on the other side, the former Cleveland Brown, who he just traded to the Bengals just the other day. Andrew Whitworth, very talented left tackle. Left guard, Clint Bowling. Mike Pollock, the center. Right guard, Kevin Zeitler. And right tackle, Jordan Gross, one of the best in the business. Long-time Carolina Panther. Left end, Marcus Hunt. Right end, Robert Geathers. Not a lot of speed or skill on that the outside parts of that line. However, between Tommy Kelly and Geno Atkins, one of the best in the business. These guys are tough up the middle, both very large, strong run stoppers in the middle of that defensive line. Quentin Groves, another former Brown that was just traded in the game to the Bengals, starting at left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker Ray Maluga, a guy whose name I perennially mispronounce, starting there. Right outside linebacker Vontez Burfict. I believe he's a former Raider. I could be wrong on that. But Burfict is very traditional run-stopping outside linebacker in the 4-3 set. Leon Hall, Darqueze Denard, I think that's how you say that. Rookie there. Adam Jones, Dre Kirkpatrick, the third-year pro, I believe, out of Alabama, fallen all the way down to the 4th spot. Disappointing for the former first round pick, not first overall. It drives me crazy when people make that error. So I'll correct it right here and now. Free safety Reggie Nelson, strong safety Roman Harper, veteran there Mike Nugent, the kicker, Kevin Huber, the punter, kick returner, going to be Brandon Tate, the 5th wide receiver on this squad. So without further ado, here we go. Browns-Bengals. Browns taking over taking over at their own 21-yard line, following the 3-and-out from the Cincinnati Bengals. One of the things I would love to do today is take advantage, just as we are in. Oh, that's a brutal throw. Thrown high and too far to the left. We are lucky that is not intercepted. That was intended for Josh Cameron, the tight end, and just off base. Not a good throw there from Johnny Football. We'll continue on checking it down. Every once in a while, I get a little crazy with the play calls. Got to remember that this is a kid who does not have the accuracy always to sling these passes through the tight windows, as we just saw there. However, that was a very nice throw to the sideline to Josh Gordon, one of Manziel's favorite targets, and that brings up 3rd and 2. Got to love bringing up those short little distances. Makes it a lot easier to convert. And though the Bengals challenged that catch, ruling on the field upheld, nice to know that the Bengals waste a timeout there. We will call the same play, the halfback slip screen to the left-hand side, and that should allow us to roll out. One of the things I was going to say is this team defense speed for the Bengals is relatively low. A lot of run stoppers, very traditional 4-3 set. I would love to take advantage of that with the plays just like this. Screen pass to Tate goes for 17 yards up the left-hand side of the sideline. Gotta love it. Our blockers really doing a nice job of getting out there. Generally a slower group of linebackers, not terribly mobile. So I would look today for a lot of seam passes to our tight end, Jordan Cameron. He's in the slot right now, but he's going to get man coverage, I believe, from the outside linebacker. That should be Vontez Burfict. So we'll see, depending on how the safety rolls today with that. There we go inside, and that's exactly what we do. Successful. The safety pinches out. Outside linebacker loses his man just a little bit. One step ahead was Cameron, and he makes a gorgeous catch over his shoulder. Manziel slinging that in perfectly. Thank goodness for that. We'll get Burleson running the out route here. Nobody in the flat. We'll roll that way. Manziel going to take off, and he gets tackled. Looked to slide there. However, the block was not thrown by a Burleson. That's too bad. However, no fumble, no problem. 8-yard gain, and that'll allow us to give Ben Tate his first carry on the day. Just looking to get the first down here. We'll flip this run over to the right-hand side. One of the greatest things last week, we talked about having Alex Mack, the all-pro center, matching up against Linval Joseph of the Minnesota Vikings. Today, many of these run plays are going to see Alex Mack take on Geno Atkins head-to-head, which is excellent. It's an excellent matchup for us. And having that dominant interior offensive lineman, so great as a means of taking out those dominant defensive tackles. Joseph and Atkins, certainly two of the best in the 4-3 game out there. So credit to Mac for doing a great job. And he totally, if you watch that play, absolutely owned Geno Atkins, an all-pro player in his own right. So here we go. We bring the ball inside to Santonio Holmes. He gets lit up by the middle linebacker, holds on, which is great. Holmes not a guy who's expected to go over the middle on a regular basis. However, everybody's got to take their turn flying in the risk zone where they could very well get popped. and he does a very nice job there, making the catch, holding onto the football. Here we'll check down to Ben Tate. Ben Tate actually ran out of bounds there. One of my big complaints with Madden for a long time has been the AI when it comes to guys either losing their footing and taking these super long, and I've documented this on my series as well, taking super long wide turns and turning out of bounds when turning upfield, and then also that, running out of bounds. Nobody ever in real life would run out of bounds when going for a pass. It's just ridiculous. We'll go on the QB sneak now to the left-hand side. Manziel immediately tackled by Atkins, not before he gets 2 yards in the first down. First down and goal at the 3-yard line now. 2:40 left in the first quarter. And the Browns driving, as has often been the case. I love this game plan where we're able to, where it seems like every game all we do is just run these defenses down using lots of play action, rolling out of the pocket, running the ball, screen passes. It works really well when combined with our defense's dominance. And there Jordan Cameron makes the touchdown catch. Johnny Manziel, his 4th straight game with a passing touchdown in the first half. And that is stellar. Johnny Manziel, the Jordan Cameron, who just runs the short little out route, and that is excellent. Speaking of excellent, Browns defense gets a 2nd straight stop, and wow, when you're good, you're good, and when you're lucky, you're lucky. Got to be lucky to be good, got to be good to be lucky, and so far we are getting very lucky with our defense playing so absolutely well. We go on the pitch there to Ben Tate. Not a lot of room for him. Vontez Burfict makes the tackle. Just a 1-yard gain there for Tate. Going around the right side for a 1-yard gain. We'll look to the shotgun now, as has often been the case. This is certainly our favorite formation. And it appears as though Josh Gordon is in man coverage with the outside linebacker. Cameron, it looks like he's picked up a DB, but with just one safety back. I would love to split that safety and force either the nickel back or the outside linebacker to cover one of these guys by themselves. And we're going to throw it up to Josh Gordon. He's in man coverage. The safety does get over in time. Actually, didn't quite. So Josh Gordon, man-to-man on an outside linebacker there. Surprisingly, the outside linebacker, probably the former Cleveland Brown there, making it impossible for Gordon to get to the football. And that play goes for nothing. Personally, I'm happy to take the chance there because that is a well-calculated risk to throw that ball up against an outside linebacker. Manziel rolling now, outruns one man, gets to the sideline, and he fumbles the football. Adam Jones, the guy who he had just deked out, picks up the football. He's streaking up the sideline, and he is tackled out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Manziel getting a little too cheeky there on 3rd and long, makes the nice play. I'd love to show it to you again, but I cannot do that with the instant replay setting being on the home page. However, that's too bad. Manziel loses that fumble, and the Bengals cash in with a touchdown. Tie game, and that's the first fumble Johnny Manziel's lost all season. Got a little cheeky in the run game there. Deked out Adam Jones, a very talented player in his own right. Here, Dion Lewis takes it around the right-hand side for 9 yards. Final play of the first quarter. However, that is disappointing. Tie game. We should have, by all means, at least have punted there, up by 7 instead. Game's tied. Credit to Manziel for the excellent run, deking out Adam Jones, getting the first down. However, got leveled. We're going to have to do a better job of getting him down and sliding, even if it means setting up 4th and 1 instead of getting the first down outright. Could potentially just be better to play it safe a little more. Here we'll look to go ahead and set up Gresham on the seam route. Be a little more aggressive. Again, 2nd and 1. I'm content to throw this ball away and just go for it on 3rd down. But we'll take advantage of this if we can. And there we go. Oh, no. The corner. Wow. Showing why he's one of the best in the game. Pardon me, I forget his name. But their top corner comes over. What a phenomenally athletic play to get over, knock that ball away. We throw it over Gresham's right shoulder. to keep it away from the safety. The corner comes out of nowhere flying. Credit to him for an outstanding play. Fortunately for us, though, Tate gets around the right side on the following play. Very nice gain on the ground there. Tate goes for more than 10 on that play. He's got 3 rushes for 18 yards today. And we'll give it right back to him in the shotgun. We'll go with the draw play. Very wide set from the defensive line here, which I really like. They're showing blitz, and ouch. Blitz was shown just too late for me to audible out of the play. The draw play very, very rarely goes well when it is matched up against the safety blitz, and that would have been a great opportunity for us to lay a seam route and just throw it up. But instead, no dice. Here we go long, and Santonio Holmes, can he hold on? Yes, he does at the sideline. Very nice. We make up for the missed opportunity on first down to air it out on second down. Santonio Holmes in man coverage had it the whole way. Little post route there from him, and gotta love it. Moving the football there through the air, coming right back after the blown first down to make a gorgeous play on second down. We could very easily go back to Holmes on this one. No, we'll check it down to Jordan, who heads out of bounds. Cameron, that is, just 2 yards. Again, another instance there of what I was mentioning earlier, a very wide turn for no reason, when any other player in real life would just reset their feet, come to a complete stop, and then turn up the field. Cameron there tries to take this weird, I guess not wanting to lose his momentum, this weird wide turn that carries him out of bounds, which of course is no good because once you're out of bounds, you're kind of done. So there we go up the gut for 2 yards. Quentin Groves, the name of the linebacker, by the way, earlier, who would have kept up impressively with Josh Gordon on the fly route. And here on 3rd and 6, we'll get Burleson clearing out. Holmes the fade route, not sure how much I love that. But we could hit him if it's zone coverage, which it is, and we hit him just underneath the safety. Holmes makes a move, almost gets past the safety. Brought down. Santonio Holmes on fire today. 3 catches for 61 yards. They're just holding up on that route. Lets him just sit down in that hole in the zone for a moment. And very nice play. Actually almost got by the safety there, which would have been phenomenal. But no problem. This allows us a second opportunity to take on the play in the red zone. And Josh Gordon, he makes the catch for the touchdown. Quick out route, the same route that we caught Cameron on earlier. We get Gordon on there. He makes a nice play to stay ahead of the corner. The corner was coming up to make the play. Josh Gordon uses his size, his physicality to stay ahead. And there we see the Bengals drive the field. And they're actually having success against our defense. Granted, they had a very short field on their touchdown drive, but they were capable of scoring the touchdown there. They drive the field, get a field goal. So only up by 4 at this point. Makes you wonder. Makes you puts the pressure on your offense a little more when your defense is having trouble getting the stops. Fortunately for us, we still have the 14-zip lead. Johnny Manziel, 2 passing touchdowns in this game, and unless we're able to get this play off super quickly, which we're not, the 2-minute warning is upon us. So 2nd and 2 upcoming at our own 28-yard line. I would love nothing more than to use this full time that we have now, this 2 minutes, to put a drive together. Whether we get a touchdown, field goal, doesn't really matter. Just use up all the time, and that way, when we receive to start the second half, we get those back-to-back possessions that are so useful. There, Johnny Manziel, nice throw. Did not have a chance to set his feet. Was under some pressure. Got it to Tate for the 4-yard gain. Actually, Tate doing a nice job there of just sitting down, making the catch, securing the football, getting the first down. And staying in bounds there isn't a bad thing because it allows us to keep the clock moving. We're going to get Gordon running the fly route, a very aggressive play there. And he's going to come open? No, he does not. 21, the corner, makes a nice play. That's the second time number 21 has darted over to make a game-saving, well, not game-saving, but huge play-saving. We'll say that at least. A play to save a huge gain by diving at the last second, flailing his hand out, and to make the stop. So credit to him for making the play. Would have been wonderful if we could have slung that into Gresham, who was in full steam ahead. Here we'll throw it away. Manziel under pressure. We did have a momentary glimpse of Holmes being open. I was a little worried about the safety coming up. Didn't want to risk it. May have been successful. May have gone for a pick. And so we choose to play it safe with the score being as tight as it is. Tate this time will roll out to the right-hand side on the screen. Manziel going to lead everybody away, or try to. He'll check down to Cameron Maluga, the middle linebacker, in coverage. And the good part, Cameron, the 12-yard gain, gets us the first down. The bad part, injury timeout called because Jordan Cameron is down and favoring what looks to be his stomach, potentially a rib injury there. Cameron did briefly go down in our last game, was not hurt for more than just a few plays, barely missed any time. Hopefully that's the same thing today. There, Gresham, replacing Cameron, makes a nice little catch, and we're going to go no huddle here in an attempt to keep this, prevent this clock from running too far down. We'll get Gresham running the fly route. Tate will just clear out. Gordon clearing out as well. And Gresham will throw it up. He's got the height advantage. The safety coming over, and actually that hit Gresham in the back. Gresham, we've been looking to expose that all day, that little seam route that could potentially be available. And there we actually, the ball, and no it didn't, I apologize. Gresham, that ball was knocked down. It appeared to me as though the ball had actually gotten past the diving defensive back, and it hit Gresham square in the back. The reality is the defensive player did knock the ball down successfully, and so Gresham, nothing he could have done differently on that play, aside from maybe coming back to the football, but he's in full fly mode there, and ouch! Gresham, the target on that play again, just a garbage throw from Manziel. His second bad one of the day. Cameron back spasms will return. That's good news for us. That play, that last one, was fully intended for Gresham, and Manziel led him about 3 yards too far to the right-hand side, threw it too close to the defensive back to the point the defensive back could just knock it down. Unfortunate there. Mesko gets this punt off, and we'll see the return here. This one will come down out of bounds at the 22-yard line of the Bengals. Hopefully, Brown's defense is able to stiffen up here and not allow a point. That would be excellent. And unfortunately, they allow a field goal. Start of the second half now. We still have the lead. Brown's defense not as sharp as it has been in the past. Some pressure on us now to score. I would think, certainly, with the field goal being scored last minute. And Manziel there eventually got the ball off, but was rocked by Geno Atkins as he threw. So that ball will go incomplete. Brown's offense that was really doing a nice job of clicking well early has kind of since subsided. Certainly not firing on all cylinders as much as it had been. Here it appears as though Tate is going to have a chance to get around the right-hand side, which he does in the run game. Nice carry there for 8 yards around the right-hand side. 26 yards off 6 carries today for Tate. And barring a poor defensive alignment, that is not conducive at all to this play. I would love to just smash this football up in the I formation in an attempt to just gain the last 2 yards we need for a first down. And Tate gets that and more. Tate, beauty, breaks through the line, 15 yards up the gut. That is a sign that your offensive line is playing very well. When you get a lane that big that you can drive a truck through, that play only stopped because one of the linebackers finally got off his block and was able to make a diving stop, catching Tate's legs in his arms. That play could have even gone for 5 to 10 yards more, depending. Manziel rolling away left here. Looked to be an illegal block on Joe Thomas, number 73, catching his man from behind. However, no call, and Manziel gets 4 yards at the left-hand side. We'll take that run all day long on first down. Second down, let's go to the single back. 2 tight end formation, 2 corner strikes called. Burleson and Holmes there. One of the things I do not like about having Gordon in the slot is that he's not available for plays like this. However, with Gresham and Cameron in, we do have 2 big athletic bodies that can make plays, so we'll see how they clear out here. Gresham does a nice job. He should be able to turn it up for a first down, which he does. Very nice play there. 10 yards for him on that one. 15 on 2 carries, 2 receptions for Gresham on this day. Would have had the long one. However, the defender got over, made a nice play there at the end of the first half. Inside cross. Let's get our running backs available in this one. Just running back. Jordan Cameron dragging the opposite way on the drag route. Gresham will release. We'll look for him. He's not open. I accidentally threw that ball. That is 100% my mistake. Looking to check down there to Ben Tate out of the backfield, accidentally hitting the R1 button. Fortunately for us, as I just actually verbalized, of course, Gresham was not open on that play, was in double coverage, and fortunately for us, that ball is not intercepted. Pardon me for that mistake. There, Ben Tate gets rocked by Quentin Groves, the former Brown. Looked like he had a little bit of room, but was driven back by the impact of that hit. And that goes for a gain of just 3. Still a nice gain to have going in a third down, but would have been lovely if you'd be able to get just a few more yards. Here we're going to roll right, and we are going to throw back left on the screen pass. Lewis has room, and he should have taken that around the edge. Come on, Lewis. Block set up very nicely. Lewis, one of the speediest guys on the field. All he had to do was take a little speed move to the left-hand side. Instead, he decides to engage the tackler. And with the game being so tight, 4th and 2, I think we have to send out Billy Cundiff. This is more of a conservative call. However, I think it is the right one to make. From 51 yards out, Cundiff, who's been perfect from 50-plus this season, does it again. Very nice play. Unfortunately, there, Lewis not able to get the first down on 3rd down. However, Cundiff comes in and makes a nice play. Unfortunately for us, because of a penalty there, we actually get excellent field position at the 50-yard line. Must have been a nice return there from Washington, our 5th wide receiver, who is our returner, Ben Washington, I believe his name is, though I could be wrong on that. We'll look to roll left here. Pressure on Manziel, going to take off, and he barely gets to the sideline before he's brought out of bounds by number 91, who was rushing on that play, had the pressure, and a lot of speed from him as an individual. Surprising, did not see that earlier. With the seemingly lackluster defensive ends this Bengals team has to offer. Here in the flat, we go to Ben Tate. He should be able to just turn this up for an easy first down, which he does. If he's going to be available on that outlet pass, we'll hit him all day long. Manziel, 178 yards, 61.5% completions, 2 touchdowns, no picks. All in all, a strong day for him. Not a perfect day, not a great game, but a solid game. He's missed a couple key throws, however, nothing has cost us too much, and he has done a nice job of moving the ball with his legs. Speaking of moving the ball with his legs, Ben Tate around the right side there for 5 yards. He's averaging almost 5 yards a carry on the day. Actually, slightly more than that just now. 9 for 49. 2nd and 5 upcoming. We'll have to keep feeding him the rock down the stretch, particularly if we still have the lead, which we should, as we now are in field goal range. A field goal right now would put us up by 7 points, which would be wonderful, though I would much rather take the, if at all possible, take the touchdown lead if we could. Santonio Holmes going right to left. Manziel throws against his body. Nothing doing. So on 3rd and 5, we're going to have to find a way to get the first down. A terrible throw from Manziel, though I hesitate to blame him for that, as he was throwing it against his body, all his momentum carrying him right to left, to throw, trying to go left to right. Not something that I do on a regular basis. Here we go to the wide receiver, Santonio Holmes. He gets the ball in his hands, and it's knocked out. Santonio Holmes, who's had some nice moments in today's game, recently has been having his lunch eaten by the top cornerman, Bell of the Cincinnati Bengals, and there he had the ball in his breadbasket, had it knocked away. Fortunately for us, Billy Cundiff on fire. A sentence I never thought I'd say, actually. Billy Cundiff on fire. Credit to him for making another field goal, and credit to the defense for getting another stop. 20-13 the score. Browns over Bengals. Browns get the ball back at their own 36-yard line. Bengals defense must be wearing down at this point. They have been, speaking of wearing down, or rather maybe not so much, Ray Maluga comes through the line, blows up Ben Tate at the line of scrimmage. No gain. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. We'll just call a play to check it down. And, wow, yeah, Ben Tate absolutely decimated on that play, unfortunately for us. So we'll see how this game progresses. Up by a touchdown. Browns have some work to do here. One-score game, never a comfortable lead when it's just a one-score game. We're going to have to look to expand that here on this drive. However, when you're in a situation where you've turned the ball over once today on the fumble, which really was what cost us at this point, the touchdown that was scored by the Bengals. It's tough to air it out, though. There we do. Josh Gordon makes a nice catch. over the middle. Josh Gordon, a bit more of a conservative day from him. 28 yards off 3 catches. But that's a very nice play for him. Just sitting down in the zone coverage, making a solid catch, adds 1 or 2 yards, turning upfield before he's brought down. We'll take that all day, every day. Ben Tate clearing out again, and he just drops it. This offense has just been slightly off all day. We've made a couple really nice plays, but just a few boneheaded decisions, a few missed blocking schemes, a few drops. And of course, with Manziel, just a few really garbagey throws. Though he's made some excellent ones today, just a few really garbagey throws. And here we're going underneath. That's a catch by Nate Burleson. Maluga shoots him down to the ground. However, Burleson still makes a nice play, 10 yards. So that's solid. When we, in general today, and by the way, puts Johnny Manziel over 200 yards on the day. Which is excellent. Would be lovely to see him getting more yardage, even going above 300. But for right now, we'll take those 200-yard games, particularly when we're winning and he's not throwing picks. Here he'll roll left to right, gets rid of it. Tons of pressure on the blitz of the Bengals getting to us there. It's rough sometimes when you have those situations where you've called a play action pass and the defense has an opportunity to call the blitz, counteracting that, and your quarterback is kind of locked in, unable to make a decision for a while. Here we look to give it to Tate, and he is hit again before he really has anywhere to go. Quentin Groves coming at him like a missile, really bringing him down before he even got to the line of scrimmage. Tate, fortunately, was able to use his momentum to push Groves back just a little bit, get enough forward momentum for at least a modest gain of about 1.5 yards. But wow, just blocking, not holding up as the day's gone on. Bengals defense certainly smartening up against the run. We'll kill some time here and then call another play action pass. This one, we see Holmes undercut the straw, buddy. Undercuts the corner, gets the ball in his breadbasket, and for the second consecutive drive, we are going to have to send, probably third consecutive drive, second consecutive time, we're going to have to send Cundiff out following a drop. And sure enough, we go to the well one too many times on that play. A 53-yarder from Cundiff is missed. 2013 the score still with 5 minutes left, and we'll have to see what our defense can do. Fortunately, they do not give up a touchdown. However, a 2-minute drive from the Bengals results in a field goal, which means that this game is now a 4-point one. And you got to hope that we can start pulling our socks up here on offense. There, Ben Tate goes right up the gut, up Broadway for a very nice gain of 15 yards. That is excellent. Having been blown up on his last 2 carries, wonderful to see him get back on the plus side of things, and a great hole for him there from the offensive line. His lead blocker, Ike Hilliard, which is great. We'll keep things simple here as time goes on. We want to run this clock down as much as possible, continue this drive. Here we're looking to check down to Cameron or Tate. If Holmes or Burleson is over the middle, it's open over the middle, great. However, Holmes especially has had a hard time holding on to the ball today following contact. We will just check it down to Tate. He is able to push that one forward for about a gain of 1 yard. However, he's forced out of bounds, likely stopping the clock, which is a shame. We'll look to go to the air here. Let's go to the shotgun. Let's go spread. 4 wide receivers in. Play action again. I will audible out of this if I see any chance of pressure coming. So far, it looks like we're getting 5 maximum. One off the right hand side. The Bengals left outside linebacker potentially coming in. However, I'm willing to take that chance. Sure, no, he does not come in. He takes off back in a coverage. Manziel going to roll left. He's got some room. He's up the sideline. The 45, the 50, the 45. Gets out of bounds. Nice carry for him there, running almost a naked bootleg out of that situation. Coverage seems solid for the Bengals across the board, though you guys can be the judge of that. And let's get a quick snapshot. We do not have a thumbnail for today's video yet. Let's get a quick shot of Manziel running up the sideline with all those guys giving chase. And I like that, with Geno Atkins diving after him, desperately hoping to catch him. I think that's a solid snapshot. Would love to see the number of Geno Atkins, and sure enough, let's go with that. Boom, Johnny Manziel. We'll get a second one just for just to make sure they look good. Sometimes I will confess I will snap a thumbnail and say, "Oh man, that's gonna look sick," and then I go to Photoshop to bring it all together, and I look at it and say, "This is terrible." It's either just not balanced properly, the zoom is way off. So I like to just take a little moment every once in a while to just be sure. Here we'll look to just roll out. Andrew Hawkins going to come open, though. He stops. Manziel takes the sack, looking to get out of bounds, not able to before Roman Harper gets over there. Andrew Hawkins held up. Can't necessarily blame him. That play, we looked to improvise a little bit, and it just did not work, which is the case sometimes. Fortunately, he does keep the clock running. We'll wait to snap this football until after the 2:40 mark, meaning that this run from Ben Tate should be the final play of the first, before the 2-minute warning is what I should have said. Tate got some room off the right-hand side. Unfortunately, Jordan Cameron just loses the block. Corey Dunlap makes a nice tackle getting off the block. Had that block been there, that would have been a first down carry for Ben Tate. As it stands, that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Where you just called this play just to get the clock moving down to the 2-minute warning. Following the 2-minute warning, this will be a huge play. If we're able to get the first down, it gets us in a field goal range at the very least, and it should keep the clock moving depending on the nature of the play. If we are unable to get the first down, then all of a sudden we have a major issue because it allows the Bengals to take over. We will have to punt from this distance, and who knows what the Bengals can do with the 2-minute drill. I would love to see both middle linebackers here who are showing blitz actually blitz. That should leave Jordan Cameron wide open in the seam here on his little double move. We'll see how that goes. I'm also going to get Burleson running the zig route just to get us another little outlet, though Gordon over the middle could also work. The blitz is shown. Cameron up the field. There it is. First down, Browns, a gain of 22 yards on 3rd and 10. The blitz happened. The zone coverage backed off, and Cameron was aligned perfectly in the seam to beat it all, which is phenomenal. Timeout called by the Bengals. That means the worst that can possibly happen, barring a turnover, to knock on wood. And by the way, when I say knock on wood, I'm not a superstitious person. But when I say that in these videos, I literally always knock on wood. I have a wooden desk in front of me, and I always hit it. So with that being said, worst case scenario, barring a turnover, we will have a chance to run the clock down almost to the 1-minute mark and be up by a full touchdown, which is essential. Best case scenario, we get multiple first downs and we seal this one out. Let's see how Ben Tate does on first down. He gets a nice carry there. Burleson crashing the block inside. Not the end of the world. 2nd and 5 upcoming. Second timeout there called by the Bengals. We'll look to get this one outside if we can. We've had relative success here with the halfback off tackle call. Tate taking it to the right-hand side. Burleson, the wide receiver, blocking there. Would love to see a bigger body wide receiver there, but we just cannot afford to do it with formation subs not being a thing in player mode. So we'll see how he goes off the right-hand side here. He tries to extend it too far, and we only get 1 yard out of it. That's too bad. I really believe that Tate would have had a better chance if he'd followed the lead block there. Hilliard heading on inside. So we'll see here. I think we're actually going to put this ball in the air. As much as it's risky because it could keep an extra 40 seconds on the clock, I want the opportunity to seal this one. We'll get Holmes clearing out, Cameron clearing out. Let's get Gresham running the fly just to be weird. Who knows? Maybe he'll come open there. But Cameron and Holmes going to be the first two reads. Tate, another outlet man. Gresham, the kind of hope and prayer route, though I don't think that's going to necessarily be the case. Burleson also there potentially if it's zone coverage, having an opening on the post route between the corner and the safety. We'll see how this one goes. Holmes clears out, is open, and Manziel. Manziel, all you had to do was stand up, throw that out route, and instead he stood there, kind of stumbled, and did no such thing. That is too bad. That is a nightmare. We'll send in Cundiff again today. Billy Cundiff has already attempted 3 field goals, and when you're attempting that many field goals, this being the 4th, which is up and good, by the way. This one a very easy field goal, just from 34 yards out. It's never good because it means that you're you're not able to complete your drives. Fortunately for us, though, excellent thing happens here. Brown's going to take it. Bengals on the sim had to have turned that ball over. A minute 14 left. No timeouts for the Bengals. We take one knee. All we're going to have to do here is take a second knee, and that should finish this game off. This will be what I believe is Johnny Manziel's first career game without a rushing touchdown. However, he puts 2 in through the air today. No picks. He's over 200 yards. His completion percentage is going to be fairly low, all things considered, which is too bad. However, you know, when you're playing a division rival, to me, the standard of what makes for a great game goes down a little bit. It's mostly about winning, and this is a great game for us to really bury the Bengals. The Bengals come into this game at 1-2 with it's a modest victory, only up by a touchdown, of course. But this win will get us to 4-0. It'll really put us up in a big way on the Bengals, who will be down 3 full games to us. Granted, they have a second game against us this season in Cincinnati. However, such a huge thing for us to be able to do. Start off the season with the victory against the Ravens and the Bengals, 2 of our strongest competitors in division. I imagine our first game against the Steelers will be coming up shortly. But this game is done. 23-16 the final score. Browns win. We hit the quarter mark of the season still at a perfect record of 4-0, which is great. Johnny Football playing very, very well so far. Well, very well might be a bit of a stretch. He's playing well, we'll say that. Not phenomenally, but certainly well enough that if he was playing like this in real life, I think most people would look at him and say, wow, what a nice pick. So far for him, 20 of 36 for today's game. Completion percentage of 55, likely his lowest. 228 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Decent game again. Not amazing, but certainly decent. Andy Dalton, 13 of 27, 113 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Certainly Manziel, the better quarterback in today's game. Ben Tate, 15 carries for 72 yards. Johnny Football, 9 carries for 41. Giovanni Bernard, 5 for 24. Dion Lewis, 1 for 9. Receiving-wise, Jordan Cameron led the game. 5 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. The other touchdown coming from Josh Gordon, who had 28 yards off 3 catches for the Bengals. Leading receiver, Mohamed Sanu, who had 35 yards off 4 catches and a touchdown. Santonio Holmes, also, despite his couple of drops, kicking in 61 yards off 3 catches. Defensively, Quentin Groves, the former Brown, current Bengal, leads the game with 6 tackles. Leading the way for the Browns was Paul Kruger with 4 tackles. Sacks in this one, 1 for Desmond Bryant, 1 for Barkevious Mingo, 1 for Roman Harper, and picks to Sean Gibson of the Browns. Starting free safety gets the only one. Kicking-wise, Billy Cundiff, 3 of 4. Mike Nugent, 3 of 3. Punting-wise, Kevin Huber, Zoltan Mesko, boom, boom. Kick returns, boom. And punt returns, boom. Thank you so much for joining me for episode number 8, you guys. All the best. Hope you're enjoying the series. Let me know in the comments. Always love hearing back from people, whether it's positive feedback, negative feedback, suggestions, whatever. Always makes me happy to hear from you guys. And until tomorrow, Thursday, episode number 9, where we will upgrade Johnny Manziel, take on a new practice, new team in the regular season. I am Tuxedo T-Shirt. I thank you so much for joining me, and I'm out.